Hey guys, today we're going to be trying out a brand new foundation. This is the Anastasia Luminous foundation. I feel like there's been a ton of hype about this and I definitely wanted to give it a try because I do have a more oily skin type, so I'm very interested to see what happens. Anyway, it's beautiful glass packaging with a matte pump. You do get the full fluid ounce, and what did I pay for this? And I paid 50 Canadian dollars, so it would be a little bit cheaper in the States. It looks like they have a decent shade range. It's kind of hard to see because a lot of these darker ones are X'd out because they're sold out right now. At least from the pictures online, that looks to be a decently dark shade. It says it is a water-resistant liquid formula that creates a luminous natural finish and is long-wearing even without a setting powder, a very key for someone with oily skin. It says it has medium coverage and a natural finish. Okay, so let's try this out. By the way, there's a lot of stuff going on behind me right now. I just have nowhere to store things. So I've got shoe boxes and garbage and just a lot of things happening behind me, but we're just gonna go with it. This is like a pump and a little bit, not a lot comes out. I got the shade 120, wait, what did I get? 120W for warm. I know a lot of people were complaining saying that these shades were super yellow. I don't know, I don't think that's crazy yellow in my opinion. It's definitely a very liquidy formula, but it's not super runny. So I'm gonna go in with a sponge first. I do not have a primer on. I just like to see how the foundation works on its own. Okay, so I have the foundation on just to the side of my face and I feel like it looks super skin-like. I'm gonna zoom you guys in. I mean, it is basically undetectable. Doesn't even look like I'm wearing foundation at all. And I would say that that is coupled with a very light coverage. I do not think that this is medium coverage, at least with the sponge and with the amount that I applied, which was about 1.5 pumps. So I'm gonna go in with about the same amount on the other side, and I will try it with a brush, although, I mean, it looks absolutely gorgeous with a sponge. I don't think there's a huge difference in the side I applied with the sponge versus the brush. Maybe a tiny bit more coverage, but not much. So I'm going to try and build it a little bit. I just have some acne scars kind of in this area, some redness on my cheek as well. That layered so beautifully. I think I did get up to about a medium coverage and it looks absolutely flawless. It didn't cake up, it didn't lift product off my face. It looks absolutely beautiful. As for the way it feels, it does feel pretty soft to the touch in the areas that I applied first, but I also feel like it is transferring a little bit. Not a ton, but just a little bit. I mean, I absolutely love how this looks. I feel like I've got some texture around this area that it is not emphasizing at all. I feel like my pores are slightly smoothed. You know, my skin just looks like my skin, but better. I'm a little nervous about the transferring. I'm not sure that it's gonna be keeping me very matte. It just doesn't feel super heavy duty and very long lasting, just to me, but I mean, we'll give it a go. It said you don't even need to set it with a powder, although this collection does have a setting powder that Anastasia came out with. So I guess if you were 100% I need a powder, then you probably want to pick that up or at least use what you have at home. Me, I don't like wearing a powder. I really love when foundations can kind of hold their own on their own. But as of how it looks, beautiful, natural, luminous without being super dewy or shiny. It doesn't feel oily, it doesn't feel greasy or tacky or sticky. It's very lightweight, very comfortable. A+++ for how it looks if you're into a very natural look. And the color 120 I think is pretty good for me as well. Okay, so like I said, no setting powder. I'm not wearing a primer. I do have oily skin. It's not the most oily skin in the world, but it is pretty greasy, and I know within a few hours of wearing a foundation, you know, my oils definitely start to come through. So I will see you guys after a full day wear test. All right, guys, it is the end of the night, and I am looking pretty shiny. Yeah, I would say this one is not one for holding up well on oily skin. No, it doesn't look terrible. It's not like it's super cakey or separate-y. It's just overall faded off, and yeah, like I'm very oily. So yes, I think you would like it if you had a drier skin type or normal, maybe even combo if you don't mind getting a little bit shiny. But I think if you have oily skin like me, even me, I would say I have fairly mild to moderate oily skin. It's not even that bad, and I'm still like very, very shiny. And even though I've been wearing this for like, you know, it's been 11 or 12 hours now, it honestly started looking kind of like this after like 5 hours. So it wasn't really long wearing at all. But yeah, my face just feels very oily, and like it's definitely like coming off on my fingers. I think you would either have to set this with a powder, or like I said, I just don't know if this really works the best for oily skin. But it did look freaking beautiful. So I don't know, maybe it's one that you just mix in a little pump in. I could mix it with like Estee Lauder Double Wear, which has like amazing oil control, maybe just to give it like a little bit more of like a healthier, dewier glow. Anyway, guys, that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I put out new videos every single week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.